What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Whitetail Wednesday, and in this episode we are going to be talking about what I bring out to the woods with me. We're going to be going over my bow, the broadheads I use, and everything that I pack into my bag for a successful hunt coming up. Alright everybody, as always we're going to start out with the shout outs. Now, like I say, I always say it, and you know, I know it gets repetitive and I always say it, but I really appreciate the support and thank you for subscribing and thank you all for just following me along. So we have Drew Glenn, Drew Waddell, AJ Craig Mile, Rattle Trapping TV, Lance Duff, Jonathan Whited, if that's how you say it. Sorry if I butcher your name on here. Just sorry, I suck at pronouncing names sometimes. Elaba Rodriguez. Alright, so that's just a bunch of you guys that have subscribed to the channel. And I appreciate your support, and I appreciate everyone who subscribes to the channel and follows me along. If you have questions, drop them in the comments and everything, and I'll get back to you. Alright, so let's get into the video here. First off, I'm going to talk about, let's talk about where the idea came from. I asked you guys on Instagram, on my story, what you guys would like to see or have me talk about, and this was pretty much everyone sent me back a lot of good responses and pretty much got me set up for quite a few Whitetail Wednesdays now. But this one came up quite a bit, so I figured, hey, might as well do it. I have all the stuff at home right now, so might as well get this video done. So first off, we're going to be talking about my bag. What I bring into the woods with me. This is my backpack. I guess the first thing that I always bring with is, this is empty right now, but I always bring water into the woods. I sometimes have to walk quite a ways to get to a stand to access it without any issues. Out at the property I hunt, it can get, especially if it rains, it gets really muddy and greasy back there and I can't drive back there. I'll end up getting stuck. So I have to walk all the way from the barn all the way back there, and it can be a pain because it's quite the walk. So I bring the water for sure, because when I get there I may be hot, thirsty, definitely need water throughout the day. And don't forget snacks. I don't have any snacks with me, but generally I bring beef sticks and stuff. So now let's open up the bag and get in there. Alright, one thing I like to bring, especially when it starts to get cold, is some hand warmers. This is like a huge, these are like the small ones. I usually buy the bigger ones, but they're all sold out. So I bought like the smaller ones, but I just bought a pack of them. I just toss them in there. It's Wisconsin, it gets cold out there, so I would suggest having some stuff like that so that you guys don't get cold in the stand. I have a hand warmer, so I toss like 6 or 7 of those things in there, and it's just toasty in there. So that's one thing in the backpack. Another thing I like to bring is, I get hot out there, so by the time I get to the stand, I'll pop this off and throw this on just for a little bit. If it gets too cold, I'll throw this back on. But I always carry a ball cap when I go out bow hunting, because you never know. I mean, lately we've been having some pretty warm weather out, so I'll just throw that on if it's getting hot out, and especially when the sun starts beating on you and whatnot as well. So the next thing that I bring that you can never forget is I pack in my rangefinder. Okay, this doesn't take up a lot of space in the bag, which is nice because it's a pretty small rangefinder. But always pack in a rangefinder. You gotta have one. I mean, you know, you should definitely be practicing shooting at different distances without a rangefinder, so you can just make that judgment call in the woods. But it's always good to carry a rangefinder with you just in case you know, you can range some things out. That's that, a rangefinder. Highly suggest you have one. Next thing that I pack in is always a grunt call. Always have a grunt call on you, especially during the rut time. And this is the extinguisher. And what's nice about it is it slides up and down on the reed. So you can go from like a fawn bleat to a doe call, or a doe grunt to a doe bleat to a buck grunt. You can slide it up and down. And what I love about it is the fact that you can do that. So like if I have a buck that comes in the area during the rut, I can hammer on a, you know, I can smack the grunt call, and if he's not responding, I can switch it up to the doe bleat. hit him with the doe bleat, see if he responds to that. Sometimes in the early season, if you're trying to bag a doe, they'll respond to a fawn bleat. So the next thing that I carry in my bag is my rattle bag. All right, this thing, I love using this during the rut time. I've called in many bucks using the rattle bag. They just, you know, I love the rattle bags. They're fun, and it's super portable, especially a rattle bag. Really like a bag over actually. I know some people prefer, you know, actual antlers or like the black rack things or whatever, but I just like a rattle bag. I think they sound fine. I don't have any issues with them. I've called in several bucks doing that, so as far as I know, it works for me. Always have it packed in my bag because you never know when you're gonna need it. Next thing I pack in my bag is a bow hanger. Okay, like I said, I do a lot of hanging hunts. So for me, having a bow hanger is really nice because, you know, I hang my stand and then I gotta have this to hang my bag on, you know, and I've got a bigger one, so I've got like 3 hooks here, so I can hang my bag, my rattle bag and whatnot on there, and obviously my bow. So bow hanger, I highly suggest you guys have one, or just have like a tree step or something, and you can, that's just gonna come in handy when you gotta hang a bag or something. Just something that you gotta hang. I highly suggest you have something that you can screw into the tree. Now the next thing I carry in my bag is my lineman's harness. Thing's long, but I always carry my lineman's harness because when you're climbing the tree, it's nice to have it. Like I said, I do a lot of hanging hunts, so for me, it's really, you know, you got to be safe. Safety first. They have enough stuff out there now with the lineman harness, safety harnesses, and all that. That there is no excuse that you shouldn't have to use a harness at this point. You know, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I've been doing it for years and I haven't had any issues. And I've hung without harnesses before, and I've never had issues. But for one, it's just, they have so much equipment out there that's so easy to use. Why not be safe about it at this point? So, like for me, using a safety harness or a lineman strap is really key, especially when you're hanging in the morning and it's dark out. It makes it really easy as well, because when this is around the tree, you know, you can just lean back and you have both your hands to use. If you don't have this on, then you're leaning on it onto the tree, holding with one arm, and you're trying to like use your other arm. It just makes it unsafe and just tougher for you to hang the stand, and you're using more energy, getting more hot. Now this, you can go hands-free, use both your hands to adjust your ladder sticks or whatever you're using at the time. So I always carry this in my bag all the time. Gotta have it, and you should too, to stay safe. The next item that I carry in my bag is just my strap that goes around the tree that I can connect to my harness, my safety harness, okay? So, let that focus. So I carry that in my bag, so once I get up to the tree, I can, once I'm like all the way up to the tree where I want to be, I can throw that around and harness in really quick. A lot of times I keep that in my bag, and when I get to the base of the tree, I'll throw it in my pocket so that when I get up there, I can just do it real quick. So definitely have your safety stuff with you. And the next thing I bring in my bag is, which I talked about this the other day, is my camera arm. So you guys know I video all my hunts and everything, so I gotta pack my camera arm into my bag. For those of you that don't film your hunts, then that just frees up more space. That's one thing I do. I love filming my hunts and everything, but one thing that really gets in the way is all the camera gear that I have to put into this bag. It kind of makes it a pain. I can't fit other things in there, so that kind of iffies it out. All right, the next thing that I put in my bag is my actual camera bag. Now, when I go duck hunting and whatnot, I have my big pelican case, so that's nice. And when I go out fishing, I have my big pelican case. But for when I'm going out bow hunting, I can't lug that big case in with me because where am I gonna put it? So I just have my smaller camera case where I can fit my camera in here with the mic, and I can also put in a GoPro and some other attachments and extra batteries. Fits into my bag really nice, you know, and yeah, just it fits in there actually like super nice. So that's really convenient. But like I said before, if you don't have to worry about filming your hunts and you don't want to do that, then you have more space to put other things in there, like more snacks or more water or extra things. Now, all right, the next thing that I keep in my bag is my knife. I have a couple in my bag right now, but this is just my buck knife that I have that I use for gutting deer. that's the next thing I keep in there. You should always have a knife in your backpack. You never know when you're gonna have to cut something or whatnot. And you know, if you shoot a deer, you obviously need to gut it out. So you should always have a knife in your backpack at all times, because you never know when you're gonna use it, and it's a good tool. The other thing I keep in my backpack that I left in my truck, unfortunately, is a handsaw, okay? I highly suggest you have a handsaw, because when you go up and hang your stand, especially when you're doing a hang and hunt in the dark, you may have a lot of things in the way. So if you can climb down kind of quick, you know, or you got like a portion of the day where you can climb down and saw some things out of your way, that's gonna be really beneficial for you, especially during bow season when you gotta have clear shooting lanes, okay? So I have a couple different knives in my bag, but that's the one, or those, just have some knives. The last thing I keep in my backpack is all my license. I keep them in a Ziploc bag because of duck hunting, and if somehow these get out, drop them in the water, at least they're in a bag. So I just keep them tucked in a bag, and I throw it in the front pouch of my backpack, and my backpack's waterproof, so I don't have to worry about any of that, so I just keep them in there. Now, that's everything that I pretty much pack in my backpack. Now, I know it kind of seems like a lot, but it's really not a whole lot, to be honest. You know, a lot of people bring even more, but since I know the property well and where I'm going, and I'm not hunting public land where I may need a few extra things, like a compass would be one that I would highly recommend you have in your backpack. Maybe a portable battery charger for your phone as well. Those are some other things. If you guys have things that you bring out hunting that I didn't cover in here that would be really useful, leave it down in the comments so that other people can see that and see what you bring. I'm actually curious to see what other people bring. Maybe there's something that you guys may bring out onto a hunt that I don't, that I could benefit from as well. So I'd love to hear it. Drop it in the comments and let me know what you guys bring. Now, this is my safety harness right here. Now, my safety harness, I don't throw this in my backpack. This I just wear out into the woods. So like when I'm getting ready, I'll just toss this on, and buckles in really nice. It's really quick. You don't have to mess around with it too much or anything like that. It's got buckles on it. And yeah, my safety harness, really like the safety harness. It's super comfortable. I highly suggest that you invest in a comfortable safety harness because you're gonna be wearing it a lot, especially when you're in the tree. So safety harness, I always wear that generally when I get there and I'm getting the rest of my gear on, I'll throw it on and then throw on like my bigger and heavier stuff. So that covers my safety harness. Now we're gonna move on to my bow and what I use, what broadheads I use, and everything like that. So another thing I toss in my backpack, I guess real quick, actually I more or less just put it in my pocket, is my release. This is just a true fire release. I've had this thing for a long time. I like it. Works good for me. I don't know. A lot of people like the thumb releases. I've never tried them. I've always just had this one, and I really like it. If you guys like thumb releases, let me know if they work better or whatnot. Maybe I'll try one out. But here it comes. All right, now the last thing we're gonna talk about is my bow. So here is my bow. Show it off a little bit. This is my bow. I shoot this is the Matthews Adrenaline. I've had this thing for a really long time. I got it when I was younger. It's a really nice bow. I really like it. I don't think I'd ever probably buy a new one, honestly, unless something happens to this, but Matthews Adrenaline, I really, really like it. Pull about 70 pounds right now. That's plenty. I probably could go down to 60 if I really wanted to, but I pull 70 just fine. And the quiver comes off. Pretty self-explanatory. I like to shoot multiple pins. I have 4 pins on here, 20, 30, 40, and 50. The reason why I do that is, I don't know, I just like being able to have multiple pins so I can just quickly get on a deer and pick where I'm gonna be. Generally when you're hunting in Wisconsin, you're not gonna be shooting more than 40, I'd say, unless you're out in an open field and you feel confident with your shot. Just depends on a lot of variables that come in. I do rock a stabilizer on this, just a small one, just to rock it forward nicely when I shoot. It has a good release on it and everything like that. Really like my bow. I've had this thing, like I said, for a long time. I really like it. It shoots smooth, shoots fast, and I I've never had issues with this bow at all. Really like Matthews. I know they're an expensive bow, but I really like Matthews. I've never had an issue with any of their bows, and yeah, just really like them. If you guys shoot a different bow, let me know what bow you guys shoot down in the comments as well. That'd be cool to see what everyone likes to shoot. So that's what I use for a bow, Matthews Adrenaline. Oops. Now for the last thing that I use, my broadheads. What broadheads do I shoot? Now I like to shoot, if it'll focus, I like to shoot the Rage broadheads, okay? So this is a 2-blade Rage broadhead. I really like Rage. They're expandable 2 blades. I really like them. I know some people who don't really care for them, but I personally have never had an issue with Rage broadheads. I have shot multiple deer with Rage broadheads, and I shot my bear the one year with a Rage broadhead. They leave a hole. I mean, they punch a hole through the deer, or whatever you're shooting with it. They will leave a big hole, and generally leaves a really good blood trail. When I shot my bear, it was like dumping a gallon jug of blood like all the way to the bear. Like, it wasn't hard to track a deer or a bear with these Rage broadheads. To me, they're super sharp, they open up nicely, they fly really nice, and they just leave a nice hole. And I can't really say that about much other broadheads. The only other broadheads I've used is Muzzy, and I'm not bagging on Muzzy. I do like Muzzy broadheads. I think they shoot really well as well, but once I switched to Rage, I've never gone and shot anything else. I highly, highly suggest Rage. I personally have never had an issue with them. Alright guys, so there you have it. That is everything that I use or bring with me while bow hunting, and my bow and the broadheads I use. If there's anything that I did not cover that you guys are curious about, throw a comment down below so I can get back to you on that and answer your question. I'm pretty sure I covered everything, but if I did not, please go ahead, throw a comment in the section, and I will get back to you about that as soon as I can. Hope you guys enjoyed this Whitetail Wednesday, and stay tuned for another video coming out probably either later this week or Monday. Plan on doing a lot of duck hunting this weekend and whatnot. So hope you guys enjoyed this Whitetail Wednesday and took something away from it. Like I said, if there's something you bring with hunting or I missed anything, drop it in the comments. I would love to know if there's something you guys bring that would be beneficial that I didn't mention in here, or if there's something I didn't mention that you would like to know about. Drop it in the comments and I'll get back to you. Like I said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, and keep hunting hard, keep fishing hard. I know it's going around, but keep doing your thing, being a wild man, and we'll catch y'all later.